This is fine, this is fine. Oh! What's up, you guys, and welcome to a new video. Got Gran Turismo 7, just came out last week, and what do you know, one of the first cars I got was an EK. This is a professionally tuned EK, available like this in the game. I actually didn't have to do anything. If you've been following anything with Gran Turismo 7, you know that you can do all the liveries and all that kind of stuff. This was in the used car lot. What do you know? But so anyway, I bought this new Logitech G923, brand new wheel and pedal setup to me. I've never used it before, and man, this thing is nice. Pedals have a little bit of weight to them, a lot more than what I had before. Ooh, that looks nice. Cool center alignment there. Even the nice new flappy paddles. That's what I was looking forward to on this one for our GT3 cars. Look at on these pedals, man. These are nice pedals. Really nice, like brushed aluminum look. Really like weighted. Brake pedal has some force. Clutch, yeah, it's got some force. Gas seems real nice and smooth. Woo, buddy. This is actually pretty nice down here. I didn't have this in my last Logitech, the GT driving force. Everything, all the wires can tuck up underneath. That's, you know, a very simple thing, but very clever, and it makes it look nice and clean. Not like my rig is very nice and clean, but you know what I mean. It keeps the cables all tight. On there all nice and pretty so far. You see it's got these same kind of clamp deals right here. Used to that for my GT driving force, but these actually have, they're a little bit easier seemingly to clamp down. These little pieces right here, easier to move so far, so that's nice. So these pedals are like, whoa, I'm really impressed with this. Yeah, I know I already said it, but the brushed aluminum thing and the feel of them is like really, really nice compared to what I had before. And the flappy paddles, I love the click. Ah, so satisfying. Just that little bit, that's, woo. And with Gran Turismo 7, I've heard some of the in-car already from the GT cars. That little click, oh, user experience or feeling like you're really inside the game, man, I'm gonna dig that. All right, so PlayStation 4, Gran Turismo 7, 2 discs. What is this? A data disc, play disc. Cool. Ooh, look, buddy. Bonus content. We get Toyota Castrol Tom Supra. Nice. Those two others and...
This wheel turned very good, Dada.
Yeah. So if you see my last pedal and wheel setup here, don't get me wrong, like I love this thing. It was so nice, but how loud that is. You don't even hear the new one. And the pedals, of course, we only got the 2 pedals on this. The brake has nothing to it. Like, you really don't feel much of anything. You see how quickly it springs back? This new one is definitely a lot more proper. This pedal I always liked. I thought that was really nice and smooth. Don't get me wrong, an awesome setup, and I've gotten so much use and practice out of this thing, but man, I could tell the step is different now. Something that I've been loving about doing this is that my son, my 3.5-year-old son, really loves playing this game with me. So as you see, I got a lot to go in GT7. I've really just started going with this thing. Really cool world to explore. Very different than Gran Turismo 6, which is what I had last on the PlayStation 3. So one of the first kind of Clubman Cups that I'm getting into here, I'm using this EK. Everything that I'm doing in this game, I'm trying to do it all me. Meaning I'm not using ABS, I'm not using any traction controls, steering controls, nothing like that. You see how gross that launch was. Like, this car, I don't know if it's just because it was a used car in the used lot. I need to get some tires on this thing because, man, it just burns them going through. But one of the big things that I wanted to talk about in this game that I'm noticing right off the bat after just really maybe 3-4 hours of gameplay into this thing, the AI in this game is so much better. I never played Gran Turismo Sport. I never had a PlayStation 4 until now. In Gran Turismo 6, the AI was garbage. Like hot, steaming garbage. It was almost like you were playing Cruis'n USA. Like, the AI was goofy. It would break in the weirdest places. The racing line was all over the place. In this game, not the case, man. Like, I don't even want to call it an improvement. This is like a totally different experience. The AI is almost like you're racing against people. I'm not going to say it is because there are still things. However, it is so much better. There's my big crash. Some guy pit maneuvered me going across this thing, and then of course the rest of the field hits me. Starting again, this launch was a little bit better. I'm really trying to baby the throttle as I'm putting it in and changing the gear quick because, man, first gear is gone in a flash. But ended up doing really well in this race, finished first in this one. I am trying to do this whole game on the expert level, not beginner stuff, and not using any driver aids. And so here we go into the replay. This is of a different race, but I just wanted you guys to see, like, the graphics in this game really are nice. And the PlayStation 5 version, you know, I'm sure you've seen videos of comparison of PlayStation 4 to PlayStation 5. I couldn't tell you. I don't have a PlayStation 5. I don't plan on getting one. The price is crazy and all that kind of stuff. This PlayStation 4, Gran Turismo 7, brand new wheel and pedal setup, got into it for about $500, and I traded in my old stuff towards it, so, you know, it really wasn't anything outrageous. And to me, it's absolutely worth having this as a tool to help with my real-world driving. One thing I want to emphasize in this is I don't believe that a simulator should be used to totally mimic what your real-world car is doing. So, for example, I pretty much have this car in real life. You know, my EG. I don't have a V16B in it, but this thing handles nothing like my EG. Principles are the same. And I think that's where these simulators, even down to Gran Turismo, really comes into play. And I do think that this, you know, the real world driving, or the real driving simulator as they call it, like, it has come a long, long way. And it, honest to goodness, helps. Especially when you're doing your license tests, you can really notice, for example, like you need to brake into a corner, but maybe you're not braking as late as you could, or maybe you're not feeding in the throttle as early as you could, or you're turning, your line is, you know, not optimal. You can iron out those things in simulators and tools like this. And then that same mindset carries over to the real world. At least that's what I've experienced. It's absolutely helped me in my karting. It's absolutely helped me in the car. So back to the topic of this video, the AI in this game really is fantastic, and I'm so happy that that's the case because it kind of helps in the karting sense, the wheel-to-wheel racing kind of stuff. One thing that I thought was just fascinating about this is that these cars take more real racing lines. As you see, that Skyline hit me, but the cars in front of us here, they will actually move off of the racing line to try to break the tow. That's something that is experienced in racing from almost all categories. And I thought that was really, really cool. And you will see a lot of times in this game where if someone is following you real close, the AI that is, they'll kind of peek out into your mirrors to let you know, like, hey, I'm here. They're putting some pressure on you. It's really cool. Gran Turismo 6, like, they would just fall back. But so here is a GT4 Supra that I won for the GR Cup. There's a few different series that I can enter this car in the game right now. And this car is fantastic to drive. It has a lot of grip to it, decent power, and even though it's got a little more weight, the car moves really nice. So here I am starting the race up at Brands Hatch, other GT4 cars in this series. So you got the yellow Cayman Club right up on the right of me here. But one thing I experienced right away, going from that front wheel drive into this guy, is you start getting that kind of snap oversteer. I was like, oh, okay, yeah, front wheel drive, rear wheel drive, it is experienced a little different in this game. Little too happy on throttle. So starting over again, and oh, here we go. And that kind of pitches me off. So retry it. But back in the car, and once I started to get the handle of this thing, it's a ton of fun. I love driving this car. I love driving in this group of cars. It's a faster pace. We got a little bit more grip than when you're doing the standard comfort softs on something. It's a racy series. One thing that I love about this is you see here how this guy takes the inside line. Like of course he wants to hit the apex, but you know, that's a defensive strategy. Even if you have to go a little slower, park your car in the apex, man, and put that thing there. That way I can't dive bomb on the inside. So, you know, just really smart AI moves, so much more clever than anything previous that I've experienced with Gran Turismo. And so for that alone, I think this game is absolutely worth getting, whether it's on the PlayStation 4 or 5. If you're interested in karting or wheel-to-wheel, anything like that, and you don't play online, which I don't know why you wouldn't, I guess. Like, I'm going to be doing that with this. But yeah, it's such great practice. Another game that I have coming is Assetto Corsa Competizione. That is supposed to be like the game for wheel-to-wheel stuff. Official GT World Challenge game. Really excited to get that. That should be coming in the mail today. So I'll be giving y'all an update on that. But anyway, I hope you got some enjoyment out of this. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. I have a 92 Civic hatchback track car, and I go to all my local Florida tracks. And yeah, I have a ton of fun in the thing, building it and driving it, trying to get better as a driver. And again, I use these kind of things as tools to help me do that. So thank you all so much for watching, and I will talk to you in the next.